Wesley,
Uh-huh.
do you want to talk about My Hero Academia?
Okay.
Because My Hero Academia is a pretty good show.
You don't fucking say.
I mean, I don't want to brag, but I've got a lot of videos
No!
in my channel.
No! You really do?
Of the My Hero Academia figures and like stuff in the games and like I just
Some
got
stuff that I've helped you with?
yeah, some stuff you helped me with. I just got a video, loads of videos of My Hero Academia stuff. So I thought, let's talk about the show and the movies and just everything in My Hero Academia related. How did you came across it?
Hang on a minute. Jesus, lightheaded for a second. I think it was our third trip to Florida.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We weren't doing much. We were just in our villa, chilling, waiting for the afternoon so we can go out and have lunch, have dinner. And I remember I was just chilling in my room, and I was listening to some tributes of My Hero Academia characters. I was like, these actually sound cool, and I actually like these characters. They look really cool. And then instead of watching the tributes, I started watching like clips from the show, and I thought to myself, "This is actually pretty cool." And I started watching the show. And then during lockdown, that's when I introduced you into the show.
Yeah, and that, like I was gonna say, that's where I got introduced to the shows, because during lockdown, lockdown was a good time just to watch TV shows that we have not seen, and one of them was My Hero Academia, and to this day, I really enjoy the show. Like, from season 1 to season 7 to like the 3 movies that we've seen, because we haven't seen the 4th one yet.
Yeah.
To the 3 movies and like the stuff that we collected, My Hero Academia is one of those shows that we love to watch. And like the arcs.
Yes.
The arcs are pretty good.
Yeah.
Like I was hooked after seeing season 1.
What was it?
Episode 2.
Episode 2.
It was after episode 2 of the first series, where after when All Might tells Midora you can be a hero, that was like, you know what, I'm hooked, so let's watch more.
And then you introduced it to one of your friends.
I introduced it to my friend Josh, who loves it, and I introduced it to my ex-girlfriend, who just texted me recently saying she's watching My Hero Academia, so I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
She like wears a hat of one of the characters, and she's got like a hoodie of one of the characters.
She just dressed up as Togo or Chaco.
She looks at you and says, "This is your fault."
But no, like the stuff in the shows, like I love superheroes.
I absolutely
love it. I love it. Hey, heroes versus villains, like that concept, and I love it because I loved it from Marvel, DC, Hellboy, Invincible, The Boys, Umbrella Academy.
Yeah.
Even Attack on Titan to some extent.
What was that show I recently saw? It's connected to Super Crooks. Jupiter's Legacy. Yeah, I've seen that show.
Oh, yeah, you showed me a couple of episodes.
I showed you a couple episodes of that. Yeah,
and I just love superheroes.
Yeah, I love the costumes. I love the powers.
And the quirks. Let's talk about the quirks to start off with, because the quirks in My Hero Academia are kind of interesting. Some are powerful. Some are weird.
That's a way of putting it.
There's ones that, because it's not just fighting criminals, but it's also like helping people evacuate cities, helping evacuate from any disasters.
It's just that scene in season 1 where it's just like that class and the teacher's like, "Who's ready to go to Hero UA?" Yeah, and there's like that one kid who pulls his eyes out, and the teacher's like, "Don't do that. That's ugly. Then put them back in their fucking sockets and get out of my fucking sight."
They're like the cool quirks is like the ones that mostly Class 1A has. Like you have like One for All.
Yes.
That's mostly like strength.
Yeah.
You have Bakugo's explosions. That's very powerful.
One for All is like a combo. It's mixed in.
Yeah, it's a mix. Yeah.
It's a mixed in
of like different quirks from generations of the users.
The guy had a stacking quirk.
There's Black Whip.
Yeah, the guy had a stacking quirk, and his brother, all for one, gave him a quirk to, like, give his power to other people, thinking, oh, you just give nothing to people, not knowing that he had a stacking quirk. And so the generations go on, like, this quirk, one for all, kept piling up different abilities onto it.
Like, gravity that Ochako has, that could be used for great things. Like, she the reason why she wanted to be a hero is to help her family in construction.
Yeah, and that's one thing I absolutely love about the My Hero Academia universe. Like, even though you have a quirk, you don't necessarily have to be a hero. You can easily, like, oh, you've got an earth manipulation quirk, good, go to construction. What you can turn the moisture in the air and produce water, that's great. You become a firefighter.
There's a class 1B student that has mushrooms that can easily be used for anyone that's been affected by a disease quirk.
Yeah, you can grind up some mushrooms.
She could be a great person for a hospital.
Although it'll probably be horrifying for her, because I'm pretty sure she sees her mushrooms as her children, so
yeah.
I'm sorry, Jonathan Shroom!
Yeah, that's actually a good point.
More than it hurts you, Shroom!
I'll just stick with choking, try to choke Tokiyami.
I'm just gonna stick with choking people with bird faces.
Speaking of bird faces, Tokiyami's got a pretty insane quirk.
I love his quirk, like...
Dark Shadow.
Yeah, Dark Shadow.
So, the thing is, in light, it's got some power and he can control it.
He can control it, but it's not that strong. But his defense is really strong.
Because we've seen it in Season 3, because in Season 3, it was all in dark, and Shonji got attacked by Moonfish.
Yeah.
And he got angry, and his Dark Shadow form came out and started attacking the forest. And that was the proof that he doesn't know how to control it, and he's trying to. He does control it in later series, because in Season...
he learns how to fucking fly with it.
Season 6, he managed to defeat Reed Destro with sweat. And in Season 7, he crushes All For One.
Yeah, using, what was it? Boulder's Light.
Yeah. And,
which I think he means Boulder as in the Norse god of light.
And even, like, Shonji's got a cool quirk, even though at first he was like a background character.
Yeah.
But then he becomes like he gets an arc moment in Season 7, which is amazing.
Yeah.
His quirk is like duple arms. His one arm could turn into a mouth, one could use it for an ear, and one could be an eye. So he's pretty much like scouting for anything happening. He uses it to scout out for Gigantomachia in Season 6, and he uses it to look out for any people and debris in I think it was like a Season 3 in the licensed arc, because it was the second phase when they were rescuing civilians. Like, it was mostly actors as civilians, and he's always teamed up with Jiro, who's also got a similar quirk. Like, her earphone jacks could listen out for any sound waves of anyone nearby, and she could just point to the location. But other times she uses her sound wave to defeat villains, and like she had done it with attacking President Mike's quirk in Season 2. Remember, it was like her and Anima versus President Mike. And then you have like her, she has the balls to go up against the Demon Lord himself, All For One. Like that.
You made my people cry.
You made my friends cry.
My mistake.
I'll make another. Wait, that makes no sense.
I'll make another. Release them, or I'll kill Shigaraki. I'll get another apprentice.
Yeah, I'll get Dobby. I think that's what Dobby was at first. I think Dobby was going to be it was either Nomu or Shigaraki, or a bit like Shigaraki at first, after he awakened from, what was it, 3 years?
Yeah.
After getting burnt, he wakes from 3 years in a nursery, which he burnt. So God knows where those kids went.
Yeah.
And he was going to be a Nomu, but then he escapes to see if his family missed him. Turns out they didn't, and Endeavor abused Shoto.
You're different to them. You're going to be better, boy. Your honor is going to be spared.
Speaking of Endeavor, by God, Endeavor, from an abusive jerk father, by God, he had the best redemption arc.
I have to admit, his arc was fucking amazing.
His arc...
As, like, him being an abusive father, for him trying to be like, oh, so you finally used your firepower. It's just like, no, it's my quirk, not yours. To him being like, if you want to become a pro, I can teach you. Even that bit in season 6 where he has a mental breakdown, and this honestly hit me really hard, where he's just like, I can't hurt or kill. I can't kill my own son.
Yeah. But then in the same series, it had to remind us that, Endeavor was a scumbag dad, because there was that flashback when Toya was a kid.
I think there is there's a bit where they're trying to like fix up their relationship. And even Endeavor realizes he's an awful person for
He does realize that his kids are not going to accept him straight away. Like, it's going to take some time. And when he finds out that Toya became Darby, and Darby has been his son for has been like roaming around the streets killing people with blue fire, and that's actually Toya, he was shocked. Like, he's just like shocked as his son became a villain.
I absolutely love that scene where he reveals he's his son, and it's just like, come on, Dad, we need to fight him. Dad, what are you doing? And he's just like having a panic attack, thinking, for the longest time I thought you were dead. And I do like that, like, instead of being like, you're evil now, he's genuinely thinking, you've been dead
done
for this. And no, he's thinking he made this.
Yeah, he pretty much made Darby. And that twist, that reveal of Darby being Toya, even though it has been hints that he would be a member of the Todoroki family, that whole reveal, that whole dance is so amazing.
I absolutely love how when he loses his mind, you can hear more Zeke. Because it's just like...
Yeah, because it's the same voice actor.
Yeah, because the entire series is like, not bad. That's not what I mean, you maniac. And at this scene, he's like, I'm starting to have fun. How I can ruin your life.
Come and dance with me in hell, father.
Speak up, Dad.
He, like, season 2, because that was his first appearance in the villain.
Yeah, he made a small appearance.
In season 2. Yeah. To season 5, season 6, before the reveal, he was mostly like the calm, like, emo kind of villain. He was like, kind of emo, but he was very calm, and he always, like, he was, even when things didn't go well, he was very calm.
Mm-hmm.
But after reveal, he is a psychopath. He is so crazy. That scream Endeavor when he jumps out of the
Endeavor!
That's horrifying.
Especially that scene in season 7 where he is just like,
burnt.
He not only that, but he is just burnt. His insides are burning. He is frozen, and he's on the floor being like, I hate you all. Die. Me included. I wish I would die. And I'm like, he is so fucking angry, death doesn't even affect him.
In season 7, there was a great scene with Darby, because the voice actor was having the time of his life. There's a bit where it's like, what face did you make? What faces did you make when you go inside with evacuees? You were a child of calamity!
You were a child of calamity!
You're just a half-baked puppet!
Yeah.
Jedburn! Like,
the
voice actor, both the voice actor for the sub and dub is amazing.
Yeah, I fucking love that. He really had the time of his life.
Like, the actor who plays Darby, like, he just talks about how funny he is for playing Darby, to the point that his favorite bit in the show was the reveal, because he had so much fun with it. And those dance moves, by God, that could put Joaquin Phoenix's Joker to shame. Like, that is just, he's got the moves.
Dude, doing Cuban Pete on top of Gigantomachia.
It's pretty much like a middle finger to Endeavor. Like, yeah, this is what you made. I hope you like it. It's a gift to you. And, like, I'm glad that they never spoiled that in season 5 when it had the My Hero Academia arc, and only 3, there was 4, but there was one villain that gets an arc. Gets so much stuff cut from the manga, and that's Spinner. But, like, the other villains. Like you have Shigaraki, Toga, and Twice. Those are the 3 villains that get a moment like their backstory. We actually know why they became villains. Yeah. I feel sorry for Toga and Shigaraki. Shigaraki was just a normal child that just wanted to play hero with his friends, and they said that they picked him as All Might.
Man, things aren't going well with my son. I'm trying to heroes will just get their family hurt, and I don't want him to do that to himself. Well, have you tried talking to him? No, I've actually tried beating him. I've
slapped him.
I beat him. And he still wants to play hero. I just don't get it.
Yeah.
And it's the same with Toga. It's just like, we've done everything. We insulted her. We smacked her. We said, just be normal.
We called her a demon.
Demon.
I'll get to those because I kind of get what Tenko's dad was trying to do, because he his mother left him, but that's because his mother is Nanoshimura and he's trying to protect the family from All For One.
Yeah.
Because if All For One finds out that she's got a family, he might use them as target practice, or he might use them to hate Nanoshimura. Who knows? But
walking bombs, fresh from my taking. Who's this kid? I'm gonna turn him into the next me.
Yeah. Tenko wanted to be a hero, and he finds out his grandma is Nanoshimura.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, I'm so happy, and then his sister grasps on him.
His sister's a fucking snitch.
Yeah. And he gets a slap, which in the manga it's like twice, but in the show it's like 1 slap, but it's still bad. And then that's when Tenko is like, I hate everyone. He decays the dog. Then he decays his sister. And he's like scared, and he thinks that there's a villain attack. And he's just like so scared in tears. Like he doesn't know what the hell is happening. But the minute his father slaps him with, what was it he had?
It was like a fucking hedge clipper.
Yeah, he smacks him in the face, and then Tenko is like, that's it, you're dead. Now you die. And he just kills him. And that face.
It looks like Richard Hammond trying to be like that car. You know, the one with the revolt. Do this one. No, do the one with the doors. Oh, yeah.
Like in Top Gear.
Yeah.
When Tenko has that face, I've seen both in the manga and in the anime, they're still chilling.
Yeah. Which
then I love that line he says at the end, like...
From that moment...
The itch was gone away, and I was like, oh my god. And but then, he still scratches himself in season 1. When he doesn't get his own way.
Yeah.
But Toga... Yeah, you go first.
That scene and in season 6, where we get more of his backstory and he's in that like weird world, he does mention like when it comes to the rest of his family, he didn't really want to kill him. But his father, he definitely intended to murder him.
There's a bit in the Mindscape where his sister is like, I'm sorry I blamed you. I'm sorry I told Dad on you. And then Shigaraki's like, it doesn't matter. I kind of forgot about that.
Yeah.
And its mother shows up, is like, do you want to still be a hero? And it's like, yeah.
Yes. And when his father comes in, he definitely was just like, die. So it does prove that he didn't want to kill the rest of his family. It was just father.
But Toga, by God, I do not feel any sympathy for her family. Her family are scumbags. Her family are the worst. You know what? Toga deserved better. Okay, I've seen fan
justice for Toga.
I've seen fan made videos of Toga being a hero, and the only the person that felt like a father figure to hit her was Val King, the teacher of Class 1B.
Yeah, I find that interesting how Val King is allowed to be a hero, and he's
got a blood control quirk. But yeah, when Toga is trying to help people, she doesn't understand how blood works.
She doesn't even understand. All that she understands is that blood makes her feel a certain way, and like she wants to become the people who she likes.
But her family has been calling her a demon, a monster. Like what? Like don't smile, be normal.
Yes, the whole stabbing thing does kind of get in the way.
This is how villains are made. And I don't blame, like,
I thought you were going to say that's how Discord moderators are made.
Oh, God, no.
This is how League of Legends fans are made. Well, technically it is, because isn't Shigaraki a League of Legends fan?
Oh, he calls it...
League.
League. Oh, League. Yeah, I played that. Only in single player.
Yeah.
Because Shigaraki and Spinner are, like, gamers.
Yeah. Like the nerds. Yeah.
But yeah, Toga, her family is the worst. Like, I hate her family so much. And Toga deserves better. Toga deserves to be with Ochako.
Yeah.
And, like, I feel like if they were, like, lovers or friends, I think Toga and Ochako give her support and give her care. Unlike her family.
Yeah, she Toga does say that she loves Ochako, and in season 7 they were talking about romance and saying like, I'm sorry that I wasn't there for you, and I feel like when we were
that scene where Toga asks, am I cute, and then
I'm smitten.
Ochako's Ochako's like the cutest in the world. That made me tear up because it actually showed Toga as a person, and not a villain, because Toga is a fun villain with a fun, like, psycho cute girl personality.
Psycho killer!
Similar to Harley
Quinn, yeah, and Jinx.
Oh yeah, Jinx, yeah.
From
Arcane.
Arcane, yeah.
And I just feel sorry for the villains to the point that I wish the show was called My Villain Academia.
There is an episode.
There is an arc, but I wish there was more. I wish there was more to the arc. Because they did cut a lot of things from Spinner. They even cut a scene that had a cult that hated both quirks and metamorphs that they used in season 6.
Wouldn't it be funny if we heard more about them and it's just like the rest of the villains, where it's just like, we hate quirks and metamorphs, but we've got 2 metamorph members and 5 quirk members. It's a bit.
What, like the cults are like hypocrites or something?
Yeah, it's a bit like
We got a cat lady.
Yeah, it's a bit like a Fleckturn or
Oh, Fleckturn from the third movie.
It's a bit like Fleckturn or Overhaul, where it's just like, I hate quirks. They're a plague on the world. But some of my members have quirks.
Yeah, that makes him a huge hypocrite.
What the fuck?
Speaking of the third movie, I do like the third movie, but I really do wish it was the League of Villains arc as a movie.
Oh, like
because because I think anime has done arcs on movies. I think Demon Slayer's done arcs in movies.
Also, Dragon Ball's done a couple.
Yeah, so I would love to see that arc into a movie. Yeah. I would love to see how cinematic it would look like if it was a movie. But the third movie is okay. I feel like the best part of that third movie is Fleckturn as a villain, because I do think like that's an interesting villain, because I think you told me one time. Because he
even mentioned it in like his backstory when he's like
deflect.
He can deflect anything, including when he's talking about his like
his
backstory.
life.
He talks about like his quirk made his family like reject him. He made like his girlfriend reject him. Like anything, his body just like deflects.
Yeah.
So it's like love, emotion, anything.
Yeah. And you can understand what, like, some of the villains' backstories. Like, you understand why Twice is a villain. You understand why Toga is a villain. You understand where Dobby,
Mr. Compress, I think he comes from, like, a family of criminals.
Yeah, because his grandfather was a famous criminal.
Yeah.
That was like Robin Hood. Like, he used to steal from the poor or something.
Yeah, steal from the rich and give to the poor, that kind of thing.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. The only villain who does, like, there's a villain who doesn't have a sad backstory, but he's just evil for the sake of evil, is just All for One.
Yeah.
All for One is pretty much why are you
evil because I saw in a comic book
Yeah,
once.
he's been reading comic books about the Demon Lord, and the thing is, he has no sad childhood. Even his childhood flashback when you find out when he got birth and he killed his mother, there's not even a sad backstory.
I didn't have much as a kid, just a happy life, stability, and a thriving bakery business for me to live on.
Useless crap like that. Yeah, awful one is pretty much Big Jack Horner.
Jack Horner.
Oh my god! I mean, they're villains that are just evil.
Yeah.
I'm expecting Kurogiri. No, Kurogiri sees Awful One with a dog and is like, "You're not gonna shoot a puppy, are you?"
Yeah, in the face. Why? Oh, your wish is horrible. You're horrible. You're an irredeemable monster. Oh, what took you so long, idiot?
Even Kurogiri, who's pretty much a Nomu, he has a sad backstory because we find out that he was Shirakumo, who was a friend of President Mike and Eraserhead back when they were in their the Three Dumb-Eagles.
The Three Dumb-Eagles, yeah.
That scene when President Mike and Eraserhead are like behind the glass in the cell, and you see like
his body just rejecting, and then
Eraserhead in tears. Yeah, and there's a reason why he actually what was it like what's the word I'm looking for? He did it with an entire class.
Yeah, he once kicked out an entire class.
He kicked out an entire class, and he said to President Mike, "Oh, you can bring them back just to make them feel how serious this is."
Yeah,
because I think that's why he doesn't want to teach students because he doesn't want them to have the same fate as what Shirakumo had.
Just having fun and trying to be
empty justice.
Empty justice, yeah.
And that scene was like, say what you want about season 5, but when season 5 had moments, it had great moments.
Oh yeah, totally.
The Todoroki dinner scene.
Oh, that bit where the guy is just like her like. Toya's scream, Shoto's cries. You think he could just like bring all of us back into this table and we'll all forgive you, but that's not how it works. That scene, and I'm like, I fucking love that where it's just like the daughter's like trying to bring everyone together, like a happy family, and but he's like, no, we're not. This guy needs to like apologize for all the shit he's put us through, and I love it how, like we said, Endeavor is trying to like be like, I did mistakes.
Yeah, for people who are saying season 5 is the worst, I think season 5 is just okay. I feel like it's got great moments.
I thought it was pretty alright.
I thought it was alright. It's got some great moments. Like, I do love the episodes surrounding Shigaraki and Twice. I do love their backstory episodes. I love the Todoroki dinner scene. I love the we were talking about just a minute ago, the Eraserhead and Kurogiri's reveal. I even thought the Class 1A versus 1B arc was pretty fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, there is a lot of problems with Season 5, like the lack of quality animations was a bit lacking.
Oh, what was that?
Because most of the budget was going to either Mina's ass or the third movie.
Yeah, I was about to say, there was a thing on the internet saying like 99.9% of the budget of like Season 5 went to Mina's ass.
Which is kind of true. But then you had like some of the moments from the arc of the My Villain Academia was switch and cuts. Like there was the first introduction of.
Oh, I thought those were character names.
The first introduction of
switched and they were cut. I thought that was character names. Yeah, but some of the arcs were swapped because what was it? Like the My Villain Academia arc and the Endeavor arc had to be swapped so it could connect the movie.
Which makes no sense because I feel like the movie came out after the series was over, so it kind of makes no sense because you could just have the order that the arc had.
Yeah.
Like the arc orders. But it doesn't have the fact that you have a movie that feels like a filler and you have 2 filler episodes.
Oh no, that's an awful thing when a movie feels like a filler episode.
And you have 2 filler episodes that was pointless. You have one where the top 3 heroes, the big 3 are villains. Well, one's a civilian, 2 are villains.
Hey, I'm a villain. did you know that?
That was pointless. And the beat...
What do you want, villain? To go home.
And the villain... And the bit where Ochako and Sue meet up with...
Dragoon.
The Dragon Hero, they meet up with Sue's internship hero, which was a CEO. That was pointless.
Selkie.
It was great to see him again, but by God, that episode was so pointless. It was pretty much promoting...
Beach episode!
It was nothing. It was pretty much promoting the movie.
It was beach episode, Aiden!
Which you could have had that more time to develop more of the League of Villains arc.
Beach episode!
I'll kill you in the flimming beach, Wes.
No!
But, like, the other series has been good. Like, season 1 had some great arcs, like the USJ.
Yeah, everyone coming together in the USJ, which I do.
The USJ arc is really good because this is the first time them dealing with real villains, except for Deku and Midoriya because there was the sludge villain.
Two things. First of all, these kids are actually pretty intelligent.
Yeah.
And second of all, it's kind of sad that grown fucking men are losing to kids.
You know what's embarrassing? Where you're like a group of underwater villains is being defeated by Mineta.
Mm-hmm.
You know it's embarrassing when you're defeated by that. And the thing is, I don't hate Mineta. He's just easy to make fun of.
Why would you ever want to make fun of me?
Your voice.
Oh.
Your voice, your quirk, you're pretty much a walking grate with diapers. That's pretty much your... And you're a pervert.
I've got my diaper in case I fight villains and I shit my pants. It won't bother me.
And I do not want to know what it was in his room that he wanted the girls to go and see. I think it's safe to say that we don't want to know.
I don't know what his room looks like, and I don't want to know.
It's probably going to be like Tex Nights of Sex Dungeon from The Boys Season 4.
Jesus fucking Christ!
Something way worse, probably.
Well, this is my room. Who is that? That's just my assistant. Ignore him. Shut up! Shut the fuck up! I don't know what to think no more, man! I don't know what to think no more, man! Get out of my head! Get out of my head!
Anyway, and so season one had like a few great arcs. Like there was the entrance of UA where Midoriya has to defeat the robots and get into Class 1A, which he does, but he has to defeat the one that nobody wanted to do, and that was the 0-pointer.
Yeah, I do like the idea that he got in because he saved someone, which is the definition of a hero.
Yeah, and that All Might versus Nomu. One of the best fights ever. That was one of the best.
He said your quirk was shock absorption, not shock nullification. So that means there's a limit to what you can take, right?
Didn't you hear? He's got shock absorption.
Yeah? What about it? If you were meant to fight me at 100% of my power, then I have to go beyond and force you to surrender! That line goes fucking hard.
And it you know what makes it also, it's not just the lines but the animation, but also the music. You
say run.
I've seen videos where You Say Run goes with everything. Even the scene from Polar Express when they're trying to escape through the ice. Yeah, that music goes well. And every time I hear that music, I'm like, oh yeah, but I always wonder, how can you top it? Can you do a remix? Because they've done a remix. They've done a remix of the League of Villains theme.
Yeah.
Multiple times, and every version they play is really good. My favorite version is the one they use in Season 5, where Reed, Destro, and Shigaraki are announcing the name the Paranormal Liberation Front to the villains.
Yeah. Have you ever noticed that the League of Villains theme kind of sounds a bit Egyptian?
It kind of sounds Egyptian, but it does sound like the Duel Fates.
Yeah.
At times. But no, You Say Run, and there's music in My Academia are so good.
It is, yeah.
Like there's a song that I love called Might You, and it was first appeared in the second movie.
Yeah.
Or maybe it was season 4. But it was because in the movie, the second movie, Heroes Rising, it's Midoriya and Bako have an awful one. No.
Yeah, No, One for All.
One for All, and they're defeating Overhaul.
Which,
by the way, that entire scene, not only was it awesome, but the animation was great.
Not Overhaul, it was 9. Like,
9.
There's another scene where they do play that music when
Deku saves Eri.
Yeah, going back to 9, one of my favorite fucking scenes in that. Yes, the fight has great animation, but one of my favorite animations is where Bakugo's running, and then he
melts the mountain.
He melts the fucking mountain, and he's just running through it.
My favorite scene is when the music actually kicks in. It's when it's all black, and you see like Deku coming in with like the lightning and going towards 9. The entire fight and the entire scene, the animation, the music, and like it's just so amazing. And even when they use that again, where Deku saves Eri from Overhaul, getting the names mixed up. That was great. Like that scene, like that was the whole purpose of season 4, was to save that little girl from this monster.
And when he does his one-handed consecutive normal punches,
yeah,
it's like,
yeah, that was awesome. But they used that again when the villains win in season 6, where Midoriya is like, "I saw you, and when I saw you, you look like you wanted to be saved."
Mm-hmm.
But there's another great moment that actually made me tear up, and it is in season 7, which, by the way, spoilers for season 7.
Spoilers!
The slap in the couch was a warning for spoilers.
Yes!
Don't do it again! So, a villain that I never thought would comes back. Actually, 2 of them. There's 3 of them, but the 2 of them...
Actually, there's 4 of them.
There's 2 of them that I want to talk about, and that is Nabrava and Gentle Criminal. Nabrava gets a great moment when she hacks Skeptic, who's another new member of the League of Villains, who's hacking the floating coffin in the sky. That's what they call the floating UA. But Gentle Criminal is bouncing on the waters of UA. And when he bounces, because UA is about to fall down, and he's going to use his trampoline quirk to make it balance. That entire music and that scene,
and I absolutely love
Super Lava. I think that's what he called the ability. And that scene when Deku says,
that bit where he's just like
trampoline.
It appears like the coffin is being flown by a trampoline in the sky. Trampoline. Wait. Gentle, and it's just and then even like Gentle's like rooting him on. Even that prison bit,
there's a prison flashback where it takes
down like the criminals, and it's just like you could have escaped
because the gorilla officer said all these prisons had escapees except for this one, and they're all just covered in the trampoline, and I'm like, by God, he deserved a redemption, because the thing is, he's a criminal for fun. It's pretty much like Team Rocket. They're not major threats. They're just criminals who are doing it for fun. Because pretty much Gentle Criminal's plan in season 4 was okay, I'm gonna sneak in UA.
Hey guys, Gentle Criminal here.
No, don't do that. No, bad boy. No, we're not doing a freaking Mr. Beast video. No, stop it. No. Shut up. Anyway, so he's like, I'm gonna break in UA. I'm gonna what was it? Like he wanted the.
I'm gonna show everyone that I'm a good criminal. Sneaking into the school.
What was it? Like he wanted to break in, so he wanted UA to make sure their defenses and the heroes are better for the future or something.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he was gonna do. So he's not. I mean, he did accidentally kill someone when he was trying to save someone.
Yeah.
Because it was someone falling from a building. He was going to use his trampoline, but then something happened that allowed him to die, which he was shocked when that happened. And he's been outcast by his family, and he's pretty much like Gentle Criminal. But he hasn't killed anyone.
No.
Oh, no, he's not a killer.
Yeah.
He robs a store, but the whole store is bouncy. I was like, oh, I forgot the suitcase.
But Gentle, you forgot the suitcase. What was in the suitcase? It was money. Oh, fuck. Shit. Well, we're going away.
He has a fascination for tea.
Now make sure you put the cash into 2x2x bundles like this. No, upwards. No, wait. Actually, no. Put it in a H shape. Why? Symmetry. No, shut up.
This is like that Key and P video where they're trying to count the money.
You know what, cashier? I'll Rain Man it. Just. That's 898.
Anyway,
gun.
So that scene was awesome to see him again in the best way possible, and it's just redeeming himself from all the mistakes he's done and help the boy that actually opened his eyes.
Yeah.
Are you still up there? Are you still risking for a smile or something like that? It was like a line like that he says.
Are we heroes or are we dancers?
Oh god.
My sign is vital, my mustache is twirling.
I love his character design, both him and Nabrava.
I do like that.
I love their character design. You know what, we've done this video so long, we haven't talked about Midoriya. The main character. Midoriya, okay, people say he's the worst main character.
How?
Okay,
explain this to me. How is he the worst main character?
I know, right?
He was born without a fucking... He was
born in a world where 8% of the population has quirked and 20% are quirkless. He was one of the percentages that had no quirk.
Yeah.
So he's been bullied for the long...
bullied?
His biggest bully happens to be his friend that he's called Kachan, aka Bakugo. And he gets a quirk after he risks his life to save Bakugo from the sludge villain.
Yeah.
He gets a quirk that does break his bones, but then he had to evolve and be better with the quirk, to the point he uses his legs more than his arms because his arms broke. So he's been using his legs because at first he was trying to copy All Might, but then All Might's like, no, be yourself, don't try to copy me.
Yeah.
People say Midoriya is the worst main character because he cries and he's just perfect, but he doesn't learn anything. And I'm like, he learns.
He learned that he doesn't use his arms, so he uses his legs. He learned. He was trying to like jump up and use his power.
Yeah.
To, like go
with Gran Torino.
Yeah, and he kept falling down. He kept losing to Gran Torino.
It's not over until I win.
You lost again and again and again.
Yeah.
Sing with me,
sing with Deku, sing for the Midoriyas. Anyway, and Midoriya is probably the best main character.
Honestly, he's one of the worst main characters. What made you say that? Well, I started watching My Hero Academia with my eyes closed. And in the other room, actually, so I didn't really see the show, so...
He's understandable.
Yeah.
He's an understandable main character because he's pretty much looking out for the little guy. He wants to save people with a smile, a bit like All Might.
Yeah.
He wants to save people, and he is the person who gives tips and advice to people who want help with their quirks. He's a great person to be with. Like, and I just don't get that from people who complain about the show. Like,
I'm assuming it's because he's kind and not a cocky cunt.
Yeah, true. Like, Midoriya is a kind person who helped... How many people has he helped? Inspired?
A lot.
He's helped a lot of people from Class 1A. He's helped Shinzo.
Yeah.
Shoto. Mehatsume. Oh, I should say everyone from Class 1A. He's helped
Mehatsume.
He's helped Mirio.
Yeah.
He's helped even the villains. He's helped Lady Nagant. He helped Nabrava and Gentle Criminal. He even helped,
Shigaraki to an extent.
Yeah. He helps a lot of people. He helped, what was it? All Might's niece?
Yeah.
Melissa Shield. He helped those two kids in the second movie.
Who were trying to prove that, heroes are nothing.
Yeah. Well, the sister was. The brother loved heroes. And then you have the criminal in
his
bird from the third movie. I mean, he helped a lot of people.
Yeah.
He even helped Bakugo.
Yeah, his bully.
Yeah, he's helped a lot of people. And yet, people on the internet still think, oh, he's the worst protagonist. And I'm like, no. He's understandable. He's real.
Yeah.
He's a person who wants to help people. And that's what makes a hero a hero. Mm-hmm. He's not doing it for money. He's not doing it for fame and glory. He's not doing it to be the number one. He just does it to be, like...
He does it because that's what
he does. It because it's what's right.
Yeah.
Even Bakugo, like we said with Endeavor, Bakugo went from a big bully douche to the best character ever, because in season 1 and 2, he was pretty much like the biggest jerk. He always wanted to have his own way, and he always loved to punch, like make Deku the punching bag.
Yeah, make fun of him, yeah.
He even said in season 1, I hope you find your quirk in your next life when you take a swan dive off a building. And I was like, okay, I hope Horikoshi regrets putting that line in the manga.
No, it was clearly there to show that he has sexual tension for Deku.
Yeah, there's a lot of shippers. There's a lot of shippers for Bakugo and Midoriya, which I don't know.
Did you hear what I said? No, I didn't. When I saved you, I said my body moved on its own. Deku, I'm sorry. Was this before or after you told me to commit suicide?
Yeah.
I know. Wait, what? No, I still fucking remember that. That shit hurts. It still fucking hurts me to this day.
My mom wants to kill you for saying that.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
I had to go to counseling for that bullshit.
It was after season 3 in the training camp, which that was a great arc, and it did show the real threat of these villains, because in season 1. The League of Villains were just petty criminals.
Yes.
And the only main threat was Kurogiri, Shigaraki, and Nomu. Mm-hmm. This one, you've got Spinner, Toga, Dobby, Anomu, you have Moonfish and Muscler, and you have all these criminals that would kill everyone in the camp. But they're dealing with kids that have dealt with massive threats before, like they've done with Stain, and they've dealt with villains in the USJ. This is nothing new to them, so they're picking up a fight that they might not or might win. Yeah. But the villains do win by kidnapping Bakugo and showing the people fear that they got attacked by just random villains. Mm-hmm. They capture Bakugo, they try to make him join the League of Villains, but Bakugo, being Bakugo, wants to be like All Might, and he wants to be a hero, so he's pretty much like saying to Shigaraki, get run over in traffic.
Go throw yourselves in traffic, which I had to hand it to him. I do like the idea that he didn't immediately turn to a villain.
Yeah, he's not doing... Because he would have just turned out to villains like, I'm going to kill Deku or something like that. But no, after that whole breakdown in season 3, where him and Midoriya are in the fake city, Bakugo just has a meltdown. He has a huge panic attack moment where he blames himself for
getting caught,
for not being caught, but he blames himself for All Might being retired and All Might losing his power to Awful One. Mm-hmm. Well, not lose his power, but his power is weakened. That's it. But the thing is, that's impressive for him to last that long to have this feelings, because from after he got saved, from meeting his mother to having the dorms, to have that license exam. Yeah. He's been holding it in until eventually he was like, okay, I need to talk to someone. Who do I talk to? My punching bag Deku. And when
that's what happens when you feel fucking anxiety.
That was the moment when I realized Bakugo is becoming a character in the show, is in season 3. And you actually do feel sorry for him, and you actually do feel like he has improved, not just by his attitude to get with others, because he does call people names, but
raccoon eyes.
That's his way of talking. But Bakugo is becoming a better person by working as a team, because most of the time he always teams up with Shoto and Midoriya.
Yeah, I do like that. What was it? Season 6. No, season 5, wasn't it? Where it was like Class 1A versus 1B, and then
he improved. Yeah,
he improved, especially when it comes to working in a team.
He does work in a team, and he actually saved Jiro for being attacked by.
And then Monoma fucking despises the concept of
Wait, he's changed?
Yeah. Oh my god, he has a character development, and I'm still a fucking loudmouth asshole who thinks he's better than everyone? This can't be!
Before we continue with Bakugo, I want to talk about how, like, I hate Monoma. Monoma is one of those characters who I like his costume design and I like his quirk. His attitude and his punchable face, no.
Why is Deku the main character of the story? It should be about me! Everyone should evolve around me because I'm the best student in the class!
You know, that's actually a good impression of him, actually, to be honest. I actually had a figure of him, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but he actually had a cool moment in Season 7. Where he used Kurogiri's...
It was a cool moment in Season 7.
But then he had to open his mouth, like, I'm pulling on the string!
No, not only that, but when they're doing the coffin in the sky, he's just like, make sure you tell everyone in the history books that I did this! It was me! I single-handedly defeated Shigaraki! And I'm assuming Aizawa's like,
oh, shut up, kid.
How the fuck does Valve King deal with your bullshit?
I'm glad you're not in my class.
I'm glad you're not in my class.
You little douche. But going back to Bakugo has had some great moments. Season 6 and 7 is his best moments. Season 6, he finally apologized. Like you said, he finally apologizes to Deku.
Yeah.
Which is a great moment. And that was like, you know what? He deserved that moment.
I think it deserved to say a lot more than just, I'm fucking sorry.
I'm sorry for everything. I'm just sorry for everything I've done to you.
Yeah.
Like, and when it got to like them as kids, to them wearing the uniforms before UA and then them as UA, I actually do like that transitions.
Mm-hmm.
And I do love in Season 6 there's a scene where, because Midoriya has had this moments where his body moves on his own and he does stuff.
Yeah.
Bakugo's body moved on his own and
to protect Deku from...
And he got stabbed by Shigaraki.
Shigarol.
It's like Shigaraki and All For One combined. Which that was a great moment for Shigaraki.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a great moment from Bakugo.
Yeah.
And then in Season 7, he has this coolest ability, which is Panzer. It was like machine guns.
Yeah.
I actually bought that figure in Comic-Con recently.
It looks pretty fucking cool.
It actually looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
And Bakugo and Miracle had that awesome moment when he calls Miracle Bunny Rabbit.
Bunny Rabbit.
Like he's in Looney Tunes. Like he's in Looney Tunes or something.
I mean, she did say,
What's up, Doc? In the dub, where she breaks through the wall, sees the doctor, and is like, What's up, Doc? I'm guessing you're the real one. Oh my god, she's... I'll talk to her later, but she's got some great moments.
You'll talk to her? You'll talk about her later.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah. But Bakugo's... that moment before he dies is amazing. Like, Bakugo is like, he's losing words. He's basically... his body is moving his own... Yeah, he's pretty much...
Flower. Turn to the left. Turn to the right. Rainbow. Don't know. Fuck. Wait, that's from Stranger Things. My mistake.
Yeah. And then Best Jeanist is like realizing what he's doing and like, Best Jeanist is kind of like a father figure towards Bakugo. At first, Bakugo was into shit.
I'm not doing this bullshit. Leave my hair alone.
He was like having an shit with him, and then Bakugo got his hair ruined by Best Jeanist. And then, for the longest time, he's trying to contact him because he wanted to pick a hero name, which was God Explosion, God...
King Explosion, God Murder Dynamite.
Yeah, which...
Even the villains fucking thought it was shit.
No, Spinner thought it was lame.
Mr.
Compress is like, how cruel.
How crude. Lame.
I was like, Nature Day Hado was like, too long. No, it's like yikes, and it's like, what was it? One of them said too long.
Yeah.
And then Best Jeanist is like pitiful.
Fucking hell.
Oh god damn it! Really, you had to pick that name?
And Deku's just like, I thought you'd pick some shit like this. Because he's on the ground at that point, he's gonna use his tongue to like. Bleh.
Oh yeah, Deku did use a Sue ability for the Black Whip.
What the fuck is this? I was...
You used my quirk. How dare you?
My fucking quirk? I won't hesitate, bitch! And her face turns into a fucking frog.
Oh, she is one.
Like Kermit, but with long hair.
Yeah. But yeah, Bako has a great moment when he pretty much like walks towards Shigaraki, and Shigaraki's like really angry. He just explodes his face, and
what the fuck?
And then after that, he just dies, and then Edgeshot is gonna replace his heart, which I'm looking forward to see how that turns out in season 8, because that. He went, like I said, he went from a jerk to probably the best character in the later series, which is really good. And like Shoto is a really good character. Like Shoto, like
I love it.
Season 1 and Season 2, he was pretty much like the straight face Zuko from Last Airbender.
You're hot and you're cold, you're lot like Zuko. I remember that from a YouTuber, and it's still fucking... I still fucking use it.
Him and Zuko are pretty similar.
Honor!
They've got abusive father, they've got a scar in their one part of their face,
and then
they've got fire.
And then in the future...
their sibling has blue fire, that's a crazy psychopath.
And then in the future, Endeavor turns into an old man, and he becomes Uncle Iroh. He's just like, well, no wait, hang on, fuck, no, I was about to do the Aku voice for a second.
Does he drink jasmine tea?
I don't think jasmine tea.
Endeavor drinks jasmine tea. It's soothing.
Hey, look, it's the Avatar.
But yeah, Shoto went from a cold, straight like character to a character that is like he does smile at times, and he's willing to talk to people about his problems. Oh, he even talks to Kirishima, Bakugo, and Endeavor. No, Ida about the Dolby. Like he has to face Dolby in the final battle, and I love how Bakugo says definitely Nudon, the one that burns your mouth.
Yeah. Definitely Nudon, the one that burns your mouth.
Because also there's like, I hope he likes ramen or something.
Yeah.
Like all the characters got some great moments. Yeah. Like even the ones from like Class 1A and 1B, like they've got fun. Like they've got great moments in the 1A versus 1B battle. Shinzo had a great moment in both season 5 and 7, but season 7 is where that's the first time we see his hero costume, which is pretty much looks like a Eraserhead.
Yeah,
like more high tech.
I do like it that he took inspiration from Eraser, and Deku took inspiration from All Might. I do like that.
Yeah, and you know what? I actually like his ability. Like, if you answer his question, you just get brainwashed. Because I actually thought that was a both broken, but also a cool quirk in season 2. But the thing is, Shinzo was one of the characters that got fought.
Everyone thought he was going to turn out to be a villain.
Yeah, because people could think, oh, you could just brainwash me and I would never know, and I could just do anything.
He had a weird friend that was like, well, I hope you don't use the quirk on me.
Mike Wazowski.
And it's just like...
I was just a small town girl.
And my best friend was a sloth. That's a Beeler with whiskers. You're not fooling anyone.
We're sorry if we're saying random stuff.
We're sorry.
We're just idiots.
Speaking of good moments,
but no, he has I'm sorry. He has a moment where he brainwashes Oyama's mother and father, and even Oyama to make sure All for One does not hint that there's a lie detector. Which, by the way, All for One has so many quirks. He hasn't got one to give him freaking hair and eyes. Well, he does.
My quirks are my hair and eyes.
He does have one. It's like the rewind, which, by the way, rewind All for One. That's a whole new.
No, it's just like when he gets burnt, and it's just like
that one eye.
No, and it's just like when he gets burnt, and he's just like, heroes are scary when they're hurt. So are villains, and he's like, it's rewind time, rewind time, rewind time. I'm sorry for quitting YouTube Rewind. I'll never do that shit again.
You better not, because I have to duct tape your mouth next time.
One fight I do absolutely love is season 2. you really see the ingenuity of the students, like with...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, with Deku, like... he used a slab of metal from one of the drones, and he, like...
Digs up the mines.
And uses it as, like, a slingshot to throw him forward.
Yeah!
One of the many things I do like is, Ochako.
Oh, yeah.
She didn't want any help from Deku because she felt like she was being a leech. And all the victories that she got was because Deku was there.
She wanted to make her own way.
She wanted to make her own way. And just...
You could go your own way. Use your quirk.
Just the idea of, like, Bakugo thinks, okay, she's trying to touch me, so, like, push her back. And she's keeping low to the ground, so when he blows her up, he like also the debris, blows up, like, bits of the ground.
Yeah. And... okay, none of the pros saw that, which is embarrassing for them. Monoma!
Of course I noticed it, because I'm the best character in the show!
Frickin' Monoma gave her props for even thinking of that idea, and when you look up...
Even Bakugo gave her props saying, say what you want to about that girl, but she's anything but frail.
Yeah! Like, that just proves how much...
Hey, you complimented someone!
I wish you could compliment more people. Instead of just calling someone shit.
I will if they have something to compliment for.
Like saying like raccoon eyes or shitty hair or dirt's face.
I'm sorry, what's your names again? You're acid, right? Really? Only your quirks you remember? Yeah. Speaking of powers and fights. The greatest fucking fight in the entire show, bar none. Young All For One versus Armored All Might. The greatest fight in the entire show.
Yeah, because
my voice cracked for a second there.
We actually did our favorite moments of My Academia months ago.
Yeah,
and this was before season 7. Yeah. I feel like we could have waited for season 7 to come out.
But, you know, the fight between USJ Nomu and All Might is still one of my favorites.
And the fight between All For One versus All Might in Camino Ward, that's great. That's one of the best fights ever.
But this
is the best All Might fight I've seen in years.
Yeah.
Like, this was such a great fight.
Yeah.
From the music to the animation to like the scenery. Like, this was such a great fight.
It was.
That suit.
Mm-hmm.
That is... okay.
We've
seen the manga.
People actually thought it was going to be like a red and blue.
Yeah, I thought so too.
But no, it's black and gold. I'm not complaining because I fucking love black and gold.
I think it looks cool ever. I think there is going to be a figure of that some point in the future, which I'm going to get it.
Yeah.
Because it looks so cool. And you know what makes the best part?
What?
When he kicks... Okay, there's 3 things I love about the suit. The 3 things I love about this fight. 1, All Might uses the
Class 1A's
powers, because he uses I think it's like a shield for hardening.
Yeah.
But then he uses cables for Black Whip. But then charge balls
and then Pinky's acid,
which is in Nido, and he stabs in All For One. And All For One is that's embarrassing when All Might.
I absolutely love
that.
He
says, I cannot believe
this is depressing. Here I am in my mid-50s beating up a child.
That was the best line ever. That scene when he's like, I cannot believe I'm hurting a defenseless man. No, I can't believe a defenseless man is hurting a child or something. Yeah. And I was like, this is the best scene ever. And that laugh.
Yeah.
His armor is broken. I think it was 60% or maybe lower. That scene where his armor is broken, you just have Class 1A, let me your power, and he's got some of the stuff from Class 1A.
And it's just other lines that go hard. Like I said before, where he says you were meant to fight me at 100% my power. Well, I better go beyond that and force you to surrender. And where he says, intermingling where you're not needed is the essence of being a hero. This is where he has other fights this is where he has other great quotes. I can actually name 2 of them. One of them is where he says, oh, you're used to fighting, like, people with, like, long range, so you can steal their quirks, but that only works when someone has a quirk to steal. And another one of my favorite one of my favorite lines is where he says, I've never entered a battle with the idea that I would lose. And I'm like, that's All Might. That is All Might. By the way, I fucking missed All Might being a hero.
And after that, you always think to yourself, could All Might actually win against a fight with anyone after he retired? And you always think, there's no way he's gonna die. I don't think he does, actually.
No, because...
Sir Night thought he was gonna die, but then Deku...
kind of contradicted.
No, I think he was I think Deku helped that. Speaking of Sir Night, I want to talk about him, because Sir Night is a massive jerk.
Well, to begin with, he is a massive jerk.
To begin with, he was a massive jerk, saying, like, oh, Midoriya, you don't deserve this power. It should have been handed to Mirio. And he's like...
You don't deserve this power. This power goes to someone who already has a fucking power.
Okay, there's a scene that makes no effing sense. And there's a scene where...
We've been through this before. You can say fucking.
There's a scene that makes no fucking sense.
Thank you.
So, there's a scene where after they encountered Overhaul with Eri, they report back to Bubble Girl and Sir Night. Sir Night. Okay, so Midoriya says, "I wish I could have saved her. I wish to save her." Sir Night. This line makes no fucking sense. I don't like your tone of arrogance.
Huh?
I
don't like your tone of arrogance. And he says he should have...
Look, I'm sorry,
He said he should have... Isn't that the fucking point of... Isn't that the fucking point of a hero, that you see bad things happening and you're like, no, we should put a stop to this?
I feel like instead of just waiting for the... Like, they took a long time to find information about their hideout. They could have just waited for... Like, Eri could have been saved at that moment when Deku was in patrol with Mammalian. Like, they were in patrol, they find Eri,
where she holds onto his leg and where she embraces him and she's like, please help me.
Because if he did that, Overhaul wouldn't actually attack straight away because they're surrounded by civilians. Mm-hmm. Like, that would have been a great way.
He literally thought that he was planning on, like, he wanted Eri to come closer to him because he knew, like, if I kill you now, either he's gonna attack me or everyone's gonna know, so I might as well, like, lure Eri towards me.
So, that could have been happened, but no. Midoriya just gets hated on by Sir Night for no reasons. The thing is, All Might picked him, so it's All Might's choice for picking his next successor.
Exactly.
His next successor.
He saw the future of heroism inside of him.
Sir Night literally yelled at him for saying, "Really, you picked a quirkless hero? What about Mirio?" First of all,
he was a quirkless hero. All Might started quirkless.
Mammalian has a broken quirk as it is. I don't think, and the thing is, does it need? It works when it doesn't work when someone is quirkless.
Yeah, because they have a fucking power enough as it is. Well, I get it with the other guys.
I don't think it would work with Mirio's quirk. I think there will be some complications, and I don't think the bond would work.
Yeah.
Mirio is another great hero because I love his personality.
I do like his personality, and I do love his costume.
Even though his face looks like Tintin.
He does look a bit like Tintin, but I do love his cape. I love his costume. I love his personality.
I love his quirk.
I love his.
The funniest scene ever is where he goes in front of Shigaraki and he says the peach is ripe.
The peach is ripe.
And Shigaraki is like, what the hell? Fuck. Shigaraki's like, what the hell's going on here? He turns around.
Oh, look!
And yeah. Ow!
Yeah. I think my kinetic brass is beginning to break down.
So, Midoriya, so Sir Night has been bullying Midoriya ever since he's having an internship with him. When they're about to reign in the Yakuza hideout and take the girl and stop Overhaul and basically arrest all the villains.
Is this before or after you have you fight the leader of the Yakuza with like an eye patch, and you have like a little dance disco scene with him. No, fuck, that's the Yakuza games. My mistake.
I was wondering where this was going.
You ever play Yakuza?
Yeah, I just remember that now.
Ah.
Okay, so he dies by Overhaul.
Yeah.
And he's in hospital, and that's the only moment where he smiles, and he looks into the future of Emilia, and he says, "You're going to be a great hero," even though on that moment he lost a quirk.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, thank God he had his quirk back, thanks to Ares Rewind. Don't say it.
I'm not saying it.
Okay, good, because I thought you were going to say the line.
I'm not.
But okay, so Cernai was a jerk at first, but then he became okay, and then he died. But you know what ruined that scene the more? Yeah. Okay, the outro music ruined that moment because it was the saddest moment. It actually made me tear up. A character that I thought was a jerk actually made me tear up.
This is fucking hell.
Now, there's been shows where they have the outro music change.
Uh-huh.
Like, for example, Clone Wars. When there's a sad moment, you don't hear dun, 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 dun. No, they have a different song. Now, I feel like they've changed outros before in season in other series in both season 6 and 7. We'll get to another character I'm going to talk about, but in episode 3 of season 6, they change the outro to something else.
Mm-hmm.
And that was Toga with
holding twice,
and then he disappears, and then Toga's sad.
Yeah.
Now I wish they changed that scene in the ending of that episode with Cernai, and I wish it was just like you got
little snippets of like him and Lemillion, like what they were doing.
Yeah, like as an outro.
Yeah, like them having jokes and
have sad music, not like a rock and roll boy band thing. Like, can I just have sad music? But there's another character whose death I feel like done better, and that was Twice. Twice at first was the goofy villain version of Deadpool.
I mean, in some comics, Deadpool does play the role of a villain, but yeah.
But he's having a fun of it. He's probably like a cartoon villain that just embraces it because he's in a comic.
Yeah.
But Twice was a villain that had the worst of luck, and basically he was betrayed by his own clones because they thought either you're real or you're fake and I'm real. And that's where he gets a scar on his head, and every time he doesn't have his mask, his mind is breaking apart, and he thinks he's the fake one.
Yeah.
Twice was a likable character that had trauma, and when season 5, he solved his trauma.
That's a massive theme in My Hero Academia. He's a likable. They're a likable character with trauma.
Yeah. It's either daddy issues or just like trauma.
Yeah.
And he eventually realizes he's the real Twice, and he makes a Sandman's Parade, which they were going to use that in season 6, but Twice got betrayed by Hawks because Hawks got told by the Hero Commission, which is the same people that
who hired Nagant
and probably stabbed her in the back, because the Hero Commission is corrupt as hell.
Yeah.
And
a bit hush hush.
So the Hero Commission lastly told Hawks to infiltrate the League of Villains and pretend to be a villain. So he does that, and he gives the information to the Hero Commission about all the things that's happening and like the hospital and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So when the heroes do rain on the villa, the Gunga villa, the Hawks betrays Twice, and Twice feels like this is the second Twice. See what I did there? This is the second time he's been betrayed, because he took an Overhaul to the League of Villains for a meeting.
Big Sis Mag died.
Big Sis Mag died.
Yeah.
And then you have him getting betrayed again by Hawks, which he thinks someone's gonna get betrayed, someone's gonna die, or he's gonna die.
Yeah.
And he wants, like, he's been betrayed before, but then Dobby comes in, which is a great timing, because you can see kind of like the friendship bond between Twice and Dobby.
Yeah, when they like high five each other.
Yeah, that was a great moment. And even that bit after when he dies, Dobby says, "You killed Twice like it was nothing. and you have the audacity to call yourself a hero?
Yeah.
That was a great line. And then
one scene I do like because of that moment, because he literally did kill him like it was nothing. I kind of felt a bit disdain from Hawks, but in season 7 there's a bit where Toga
it's a clone of Twice Toga.
Twice Toga was about to kill him, and then not Twice. Hawks says, "Honestly, I don't blame you because Gene Bubagawara was a great guy."
He really,
at the point, it does come up as he genuinely thought he was a great guy, but you had to kill him because that's what the agency told him to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
even that bit where he says, "Please, for the love of God, Gene, stop fighting," because
I think in his own way he wanted to calm him down, but the situation wasn't that great.
Yeah, it was like I don't know what it's called, but especially with some people, I've heard in police situations where it's just the moment that situation happened, it was already fucked.
Yeah.
The situation, the moment Hawks was there and Twice was upside down with feathers around him, it was already a fucked up scene.
Yeah, and I did after season 5 came out. After I finished watching it, I actually read the manga because you gave me a manga of something from season 6, and I got other mangas from the battle to see what it was like. And I was looking forward to see it the most after seeing it. But there was one moment that I was not looking forward to, and that was the death of Twice, because I was like, okay, how are they going to do this? Are they going to do this well? The manga and the anime have done this death justice. They've made you feel sad for Twice's death. And after that hug, which broke, because you and me were in tears.
I have watched My Hero Academia multiple times. Well, not as much as you have, but I have seen some of I actually watched most of my favorite scenes. I've watched USJ fight and the Endeavor versus Hood fight. I watched.
Oh, that's a great fight.
I watched other fights as well. I have set a challenge for myself, and I have failed it every time because I have yet to watch Season 6, Episode 3. I have yet to watch it with dry eyes because that fucking ending.
That entire line when you could tell the fake Twice is melting. The entire line delivery for both the sub and the dub are just beautiful. The line that I love from the dub is where when he's about to melt, he's like, "I hope you die, Hawks.
Who are you to tell me that I'm unlucky?
I was always happy with them." And he melts, and I was sad. And you know what? The outro actually made it sad because the song choice actually fit.
Instead of showing Shigaraki looking at destruction, it cuts to Toga and Twice. And then Toga upset.
Yeah, because they've done changes as before. When the episode when Bakugo got stabbed, they changed it to kid Bakugo and adult Bakugo reaching out. But when it got to Dobby,
wasn't that one of the manga pictures?
I think one of the manga's pictures. Yeah, they actually recreated it. And in the episode Dobby's Dance, they actually changed it to Toya to Dobby, and I thought that was really good. So that was done better than Sir Night Eye's death, in my opinion. Yeah. So moving on to the fight between Endeavor versus Hood, that was a great fight.
Yeah, I loved it. Hood is one of my favorite Nomu because he's intelligent.
Most of the Nomu fights are pretty good because you had All Might versus Nomu.
Yeah.
And then you had Hood versus Endeavor, but then there was another one in season 6 where you have was it 4 or 5?
Oh yeah,
because you had Woman, Robot,
Woman, Ribby, Ella, and Tubbs or Tubby. Yeah. Yeah,
they're fighting against Miracle, and Miracle shows no mercy, and she's having the time of her life fighting these undead zombies. They're pretty much, because that's what she calls them in the episode. That scene, that fight, Robot doesn't get...
Which is kind of sad because, he's the first...
He's the first one to have shoot lasers from his
vision, which is kind of pissed off.
He doesn't last long, but the rest of the Nomus, oh my god, her fight, her arm gets torn, her leg gets she gets sliced and diced, and she never gives up.
Yeah.
Even when she gets robotic limbs and arms
to
defeat Shigaraki, even when she has no arms and she's just running towards Shigaraki, just biting him, that shows that she's a beast. But the fact that she's number 5.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Either number 4 or number 3.
Number 3 or number 4 at least. Exactly.
She deserves more.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Endeavor fight was so great, and I just love it how this is the second Nomu that talks, because if you kind of think about it, Korogiri is a Nomu.
Yeah, Korogiri is a Nomu.
This is probably the first one that spawns a Nomu, because I don't think the other Nomus have spawned others.
This is the only one this is the first one that we see that can spawn other Nomu.
This is probably the one that had the longest fight, because the one between All Might versus the Nomu, that was a shorter fight, and it was probably before the end of the episode.
I would say the 5 Nomu from season 6 had a longer fight because their fight took over several episodes.
It was probably a 3 or 4 episodes. Yeah. Endeavor was just 2. It was the end of one episode, but then the final episode you had the Endeavor versus Hood, which was a pretty good fight. And the animation, oh my god, Hell Spider's a pretty cool ability. There's another cool Endeavor bit where Endeavor goes near Shigaraki, and Shigaraki has the 9 shield ability. Remember, the yellow shield? That scene in the music, Symbol of Fear. Oh my god, Symbol of Fear, yeah. That is the one that say what you want about season 5, but season 5 had some great stuff. And say what you want about My Hero no. Say what you want about the My Hero Academia arc having cut content, but the music.
Yes.
The different version of the My Hero Academia theme,
League of Villains.
The League of Villains theme, yeah.
I think do you think the League of Villains theme sounds a bit Egyptian?
It sounds like Duel of the Fates. Did we mention that today? Did we mention that right a minute ago, or are we just repeating ourselves?
I don't know.
We'll probably just repeat ourselves again. Probably. But that scene where Endeavor is fighting against Shigaraki was great, and it just showed how powerful Shigaraki is after season 5.
Yeah.
With the hibernation.
Oh yeah, where he turns into fingers.
Yeah, and even that fight between Reed Destro versus Shigaraki was pretty cool.
These are no longer necessary.
Yeah. That scene was so...
Apart from that one scene in season, apart from that one scene in season 6 where you had to get your ass calmed down because you're incapacitated. You don't remember that we're in the League of Villains, that scene where he's fighting Reed Destro and he destroys his mask and he says these hands are no longer necessary. But in season 6 it was the only fucking way to wake up Shigaraki.
With the mask, yeah. Oh yeah, that's true. But every series has got some great moments, the Dobby versus Endeavor, and also the Todoroki family, and even Shoto versus Dobby is both great and emotional. Mm-hmm. Hawks versus All for One is pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
Stars and Stripe versus Shigaraki. Even though it was in 2 episodes.
Female Homelander versus Dust Boy.
That scene, her power, her voice, her uniform, it's so cool.
Yeah.
The coolest scene from Shigaraki is when he's jumping jet from jet to get closer, and I was like, oh, that scene, even though it was in 2 episodes and she did die, I thought that was a pretty cool scene.
I showed it to one of my friends.
That big form of Sergeant Stripe just slamming Shigaraki and then just grabbing the missiles and just slam it.
I smell missiles!
Yeah, it's a Call of Duty Sergeant...
Shoot the missiles at the missiles!
Call of Duty Sergeant Stripe. Actually, that's not
no,
bad. That's actually not bad.
Already doing that with fucking Homelander. Already added him in.
No, not as a character, like as a title.
As a title.
As a name.
Yeah.
Call of Duty Homelander. Yeah, I don't see it like that. Anyway, going off topic. Monoma being the traitor. No, not Monoma. Oyama being the traitor. My god, if it was Monoma, that would make so much sense. But Oyama being the traitor, that was really emotional. But it shocked me in the manga, because they did the same thing in the manga and in the anime, where you think it's Hogakure. Because they show Hogakure in the most random moment ever, and you think, oh yeah, we knew it because she's invisible. But no, the person who loves the cheese...
The cheese.
Apart from Nezu.
Cheese versus...
Cheese. Oyama, the French hero in Class 1A, is the UA traitor that's been given Alpha 1 information.
What was that scene in season 3 where President Mike says, "I think I'll have a spy or traitor."
Yeah, how funny would it be?
I could just imagine it, and like Oyama's there, and it's just like, yo, Matt, can I speak to you in the closet real quick? Sure, what is it? I didn't fucking know. I was just speaking my ass off. I was just angry. I didn't fucking know there was an actual spy, and I didn't have any fucking idea what any of this was.
Yeah.
I didn't fucking know.
I didn't know.
I hate being right. Oh my, grabs him and he's just like, I hate being right.
I blocked your Tinder. We never met.
Wait, hang on a fucking minute.
I'm joking. It's just a random Russell Howard joke.
Just a Russell Howard joke.
No, was it?
Russell Howard, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway. My Hero. That's another good.
Academia.
That's another good song. Like some of the songs I mentioned before, but I'll mention it again. The songs are really good. Like You Say Run. I think it's called.
There's literally one called We Are Fucking Superstars.
Yeah. There's one called Hero 2, which Jiro sings in the school festival, which that's a really good song. I think they've used that a couple times in the series. Which, by the way, Jiro, like, I love all the female characters in the Class 1A. Even Hogakure, which only gets a little screen time. And when you see her, you're like, oh yeah, I forgot she's there.
I forgot she existed.
Which, by the way, her seeing her actual form was actually pretty cool.
I'm sorry, we can't allow you to enter this class. You see this? This robot's being destroyed. How'd you know it wasn't me destroying that robot?
Shit, you're right! Yeah. There's a bit where Jiro is talking to her family about like, oh, she doesn't want to be a musician, she just wants to be a hero. That brought me into tears because I thought that was really sweet. Mm-hmm. How her family actually understands and her family is actually happy that she's got a hobby.
Yeah.
Like, it's okay if you don't want to, it's okay if you want to, use music to be a hero. You can be wherever you want. And the cutest moment is when it goes...
Be anything you want to be. If you want to be the biggest bastard you can.
The cutest moment is when it cuts to her as a kid playing, like, a guitar with her mom and dad. I was like, oh, that's sweet. And her singing... Who would have thought that Mikasa would sing? Because it's the same voice actress.
Is it?
Well, in the dub, it's the same voice actress that plays Mikasa in the dub. And at times you can't do it.
Just imagining Mikasa just singing.
Her singing voice was great.
Yeah.
Bakugo playing the drums, that's something I never thought I would see.
That's not something I would see this week, but I'm glad I saw it.
What was it like? Mineta breaks the fourth wall because he's playing the guitar, but he has arms that are too small, and he says something like, my arms are too small for my character design. I'm like, did you just break the fourth wall? Her moment when she fights against Alpha One.
Yeah.
And it's like, stop with the monologue and how about we fight? And I was like, you know what, Jiro, you're the reason why you're the best girl.
No, Mina's the best.
Mina,
I absolutely love Mina's energy.
Mina has...
I love that bit where, like, she confronts two bullies, and her only way, her only way...
the Kirishima flashback.
Yeah. Her only way of, like, beating them up is, like, talking to them, right? Having a dance-off with them and befriending them. And I'm like, I fucking love this character.
There's people that have the voice of reason. Mina is the dance of reason.
Mina is the dance of reason.
She's the dance of reason.
She's like that meme of the cat that starts cassacking, and then it starts doing, like, cartwheels and shit. You're that meme with, like, the cat, and then, like, just someone looking at it.
Yeah. Mina's the kind of person that would just dance, and the villains and heroes would just, like, you know what, let's just stop fighting, let's just be friends. It'd be like the Christmas truce.
Oh, no!
But it's not Christmas, it's just Mina dancing.
Just Mina just dancing in the middle of the room, and everyone's just like, he's nice.
Speaking of Christmas, remember that Christmas episode where everyone has prizes, but the funniest thing is, like, okay, so Eri comes in saying trick or treat, which was adorable, and she's wearing
sadness, and then there's hell.
No, wrong holiday. And
Not Easter for you.
Thanks, but it's...
wrong holiday,
yeah,
thanks.
She's surrounded by the Class 1A girls, which is adorable. Well, there's a scene where I think she must have grabbed Tokoyami's sword, or worst, I think she must have got a sword for Christmas, and Tokoyami got the same one too. Because I think it's like, Tokoyami's got a purple massive sword that looks like it's from Final Fantasy. And
it was from Final Fantasy.
Tailman is looking like, wait, what? But then it's the same scene again, but it's Eri holding the sword, and his reaction is like, wait, what?
Hang on a fucking... Tokoyami, I thought that sword was for me. Oh, you do get a sword, it's this, and he gives him like a tiny fucking...
That's the only holiday we've seen in the show, because we don't see Halloween. Or Easter. We all know that we do not trust Bakugo with the pumpkins. Or Easter eggs, for that matter.
It's like the pumpkins from fucking Team Fortress. It's just a stick of dynamite attached to it.
Yeah. Want to talk about the figures?
Yeah, let's talk about figures.
We've got a lot of figures. Actually, I've got a lot of figures.
No, you don't say.
Shut up. So let's round them up. We've got a figure of Mina.
Well, I've got a figure of Mina.
We've got a couple of figures. We've got 2 figures of Twice. Mm-hmm. We've got 1 figure of 9.
Yeah.
We've got 1 figure of...
One of the figures of Twice I bought from Comic-Con for you.
Which I'm thankful.
Thank you.
We had a couple figures of Mirio.
Yeah.
We've got a bunch of figures of Bakugo, Shoto, Deku, Toga, Dabi, Shigaraki. I've got like 3 of Endeavor.
Yeah.
I had some for All Might. I got 2 for Awful One, but it's like the small figure with a big head, and then there's the other figure of
with a big hand.
Yeah.
It's got big head, and there's another one that's got big hand.
I've got a figure of Lady Nagant. I've got a few figures of Denki, Jiro, Kirishima. Got 1 of Mirio. No, Monoma.
Yeah.
Got 2 of Eraserhead, 2 of President Mike, 2 of Best Genius, 1 of Edgehot.
Yeah.
And in the Funko Pops, there's Gigantomachia, which I thought he was pretty cool in the series, just being very much a big and walking mountain.
Yeah.
Actually, he's pretty much...
Or as the fans like to call him, Gigantomachia.
Actually, in the show, I think he must have came out the same way that Kaiju came out in the King of the Monsters, just on top of the mountain.
Yeah, well, and also Anguirus as well.
Yeah, he's just a big and walking juggernaut mountain. Which, that scene when he has big long claws and a big mouth and he's bigger.
It's like,
okay.
A face protector with like sharp fangs.
Yeah, and it just destroys the city. That was crazy.
Yeah.
And I love how he becomes a new member of the League, even though his first appearance was in Season 2, believe it or not.
Yeah.
And he shows up in Season 4, it's like, oh yeah, Hugh. And he becomes a main character in Season 5, 6, and 7. Mm-hmm. Oh, he becomes a hero in Season 7 by throwing debris at young awful one.
Yeah.
Which was pretty insane.
Master, why did you abandon me?
We have a Funko Pop of Mudman.
Yeah.
Which he has a cool.
I like his costume.
I like his costume, even though it kind of reminds me of Zero's.
Yeah.
With the orange and stuff. It has a similar helmet, I would say.
Yeah.
But they have different quirks. Like one's tape, like Salafang.
Cellophane, yeah.
And one is mud, like it just makes sinkhole, like makes.
I got bitten by a radioactive fucking sellotape, and I'm able to shoot sellotape.
I mean,
he
is pretty much like Spider-Man.
Spider Punch, Spider Hot, Spider Goose,
Spider Tape,
Spider Tape, Spider Goose.
His face when he takes off the mask, Mudman's face looks like Eren Yeager's.
It looks like Eren's like his attack titan, yeah.
Yeah. I got a figure of Kendo, who's probably the best girl in Class 1B.
Yeah.
I've got a figure of Spinner, which I'm hoping in the future we get a Spinner figure, even if it's big, even if it's the big one from Season 7, or if it's the one with the multiple swords in Season 3. I don't care. Give me a Spinner figure, for God's sake.
So, sir, what's our next objective? Don't care.
By the way, that big spinner reminded me of Killer Croc.
Yeah.
But when you get to the scaly version, like with the scales, it just looks like Venom.
Yeah.
Or Carnage. It just looks pretty insane.
Like,
and that scene with
what was it called again? Of Many Voices? Like, there's an SCP that's like a red lizard and it mimics people's voices.
Oh.
It kind of looks like that.
So Spinner have had the quirk of Shinzo. Like the brainwash.
Yep, basically.
That arc with the Metamorphs was pretty interesting. People didn't like it, but I thought it was really cool. It did give,
especially that bit where he saw heteromorphs like with humans, and he thought to himself,
they're like, traitors or something.
Yeah, and then he thought to himself, maybe we did it, like maybe we were putting our anger towards something else.
Oh yeah, when they found like the hospital.
Yeah.
There's one that looks like a Yoshi.
Yeah,
there's a Yoshi, Toad, and a Mario in a hospital.
Yes. What?
But in the series of that arc, Animal and Shonji.
Yeah.
Shinzo, no, the Tentacle.
They've
got a moment. Like they've got a story.
Animal turns into Groot for a second.
Yeah, like don't you dare laugh at him. And I was like, what was it like? His
horns.
His birds. What was it called?
Hitchcock birds.
Hitchcock birds. That was awesome. And like Spinner versus Tentacle. That was a great fight. Like, I hope in the future we do get a battle pack figures of those two.
Yeah.
That'll be pretty cool.
I just want Lego My Academia.
I just want more figures of the villains that have never had any. I just want figures of the villains that never got figures. Like, I want to see a figure of, like, Redestro, even though there's a Funko Pop, which I've got. I want to see a figure of Skeptic. I want to see a figure of, like, Nomus. Like, any kind. I don't care.
Yeah.
You know that Season 7 Shigaraki figure I've got? I was hoping that they would come with a Nomu on top of it.
Yeah, just the winged Nomu.
Yeah, that would have been cool, but no. I do hope there's a figure of
Cthulhu / stink bug.
I do hope there's a figure for like Mummy, Slice, or Chimera.
Chimera, yeah.
Because those group were pretty cool. 9 gets a figure.
Yeah.
Which
Chimera
is surprising.
was actually pretty cool.
Which is surprisingly, yeah. But he gets, like, 9 gets a figure, but the other crew members don't, which is weird. And even the villain from the first movie, but the Magneto powers, woof.
Wolfram.
Yeah,
I know his name is Wolfram, but it's the German word for tungsten, therefore I'm calling it Wolfram because they pronounce their W's as V's.
Yeah, okay.
So it's Wolfram.
And then, like, I want to see a figure of him.
Oh yeah, totally.
The first movie was okay, but that moment with him, Deku, and All Might fighting was pretty awesome.
When he put the crown on and his skin was like glowing a reddish character, he kind of looked like what was his name? Bison, Ned Bison. He kind of looked like Bison from Street Fighter. Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, remember that guy?
Yeah.